And then you move it up the flap.
Okay.
And press it again.
Yeah.
And then again and again and again and again until completion.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Dress Down. I have another very special guest with me today, and on theme, on brand, I'd say, because this is our Halloween episode, and I am dressed in a casual Jason, and I have my Freddy with me today, Ashlynne Dae. Ashlynne is a cosplayer that has over 10 years of experience, full-time cosplayer on every social media platform, self-proclaimed Halloqueen, and now recently has picked streaming back up and is streaming every day in different cosplays.
Not
so
every day,
welcome.
every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
For the month of Halloween.
Right.
Yes.
In different cosplays playing scary games, right?
Yes.
Also an incredible seamstress. I know that about you just through the grapevine and knowing you for as long as I have. You are a trained sewer, right?
Yes, I went to school for it and everything.
Right.
I have a bachelor's degree.
in what is that degree called?
So I have a bachelor's degree in fashion design and apparel construction.
Right.
So I know how to sew some stuff.
So perfect for cosplay.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to use that,
right.
but you know.
What did you think you were going to do with it?
Well, I did think I was going to initially use it for my office job that I had before I quit work for cosplay. I used to work at O'Neill. I was in the tech design department.
Wow.
So I was an assistant tech designer. And I thought I would use it and keep doing that forever. But then I quit and I was like, well, I guess I'm still using it. I get in a way, you know, like it's not really, but kind of. So.
Yeah. I mean, I would say you're using it all the time, every day.
It was very helpful information to have, you know.
I know Reagan was on the podcast before, and Reagan talks very highly of you, teaching her almost everything she knows about sewing.
Yeah.
So welcome. I'm glad to have you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Especially for the spooky episode.
Of course.
So you are from California.
Yes.
Were you born and raised here?
I was born and raised here in Huntington Beach, actually, of all places.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I am still getting acclimated to what all the different places are. I am slowly, it's funny because when I moved here, which is around 2 years ago now, which time flew by, everyone would tell me that whenever I would go to a party or some sort of social gathering and somebody said, "Where do you live?" and I would say, actually don't put that in there. And
East LA.
And I would say like East LA or the Pasadena area or whatever. Nobody would know where it was. And then I would ask them and they would tell me, and then I would not know where they were. And it was a rite of passage in every social situation. And it is so true that it happens every single time.
It is. I mean, like people come from like out of state or out of town or like out of country, and they're like, they think LA is like one small part. I'm like, no, LA is massive.
Yeah.
Like there are so many different parts of LA that you are not gonna like know right off the bat.
And each one is this like little niche. So I have a question for you, because I came from Florida, where everything's huge and massive and everything takes a long time to get to. So would you consider a 20-minute drive far away?
Unfortunately, because I grew up in Orange County, which is not LA, surprisingly. It is far for me because I grew up with everything being like a 10-minute radius all the time.
Okay.
But when I moved to LA, now my adult brain is like, no, 20 minutes is not far.
Right.
Because it's LA. And it could be 20 minutes to go a mile and a half. You know?
Oh my God, that's the biggest change for me living here is in Florida, if it's 17 miles, it's 17 minutes. Like no matter what time of day, when rain or shine.
You know what you're getting.
It's always equal. So when I moved here, I was late to everything. I feel like I still am because I'm so used to having that frame of reference of time and travel, and then it'll be 17 miles away, and I'm like, okay, I can leave. If I have to be there at 5:30, I can leave at 5. No, it's like an hour and a half at 5.
You gotta add at least half an hour onto any time frame you're expecting to be traveling somewhere, especially in traffic. Add an hour.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I'm learning slowly. I feel like I'm finally starting to get the hang of it now after 2 years.
It does take a long time to get acclimated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm working on it.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you. So you have a very distinct personal brand, I'd say. I feel like you, in my opinion, I feel like if I were to headcanon what a witch would look like in real life, like a spooky Halloween, like, oh, I need to go to the witch's hut and get a potion. Like,
oh my God.
It would be you
God,
there.
I love that. Oh my God, thank you.
You're welcome. And I mean that in the most the best way possible, because I feel like you have such strong personal branding. And I went to school for advertising, so I love a good graphic design or a good brand. And so when did you sort of develop this spooky style that you have?
Gosh, I grew up a goth, so I've always been this
Always
weirdo,
there.
right?
Born into it, raised
born
in
into
it.
Well, maybe not born into it, but definitely raised into it.
Okay.
My dad started me on horror movies I shouldn't have been watching when I was very, very young.
Really?
Yeah. So, he was a single father. He was just like, she's just gonna watch what I watch.
Sure.
And he loves horror movies and, So he just started me off of them when I was really young. And I was like, this is dope. I love this. And I just kept watching them. And then when I was like 12, I walked up to him and I was like, Dad, I'm going to be a goth. Did I have any concept of what that actually meant at the time? Not really. But I was like, I like the music, I think. Didn't quite know everything about the music yet. But I also like the style. So let's learn about it. And he was just like, you don't even know what that means. Whatever, go off, bestie. I went away for a weekend with my mom, came back with black hair dye. I had like curly strawberry blonde hair. And he was like, what did you do? And then ever since then, I've just been this weird little guy.
I think it's incredible.
Thank you.
Especially, so your mom was cool with the black hair dye and everything?
Yeah, she was just like, listen, man, whatever you want to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I had to really convince my parents to even let me do temporary pink streaks when I was young.
I mean, my dad wasn't cool with it, but my mom was. He learned to be cool with it because it couldn't change now.
Right. What can you do? Especially, was it black box dye?
It sure was.
That's never coming out.
Oh, I know. I tried to get it out years later when I started doing orange, and it took forever.
I love the orange on you.
Thank you.
It looks so good.
Thank you.
It's such a striking color too, and I feel like it complements you so well. I'm just really risen you up right now.
I appreciate it.
So then when you were watching these horror movies really young, maybe too young, was there anything that scared you, that's kind of scarred you, or did you embrace it all and like love it all from the beginning?
I mean, I think the horror movie that really like did me in, because like before I kind of didn't really understand as much. I think just absorbing passively as a child would, like when you start to be able to like internalize the messaging or like the trauma that is being displayed on screen, right?
Yeah.
I think the first horror movie that I watched that I was like, this has scarred me was The Ring.
Okay.
Because I watched it all the way through one time, no issue. And then my neighbor from next door came over to our house and she had just watched it. And she was explaining to me the entire plot of the movie in depth. And then I rewatched it, knowing what I knew from an adult telling me what was going on. And then I was like, oh no, this is horrible.
Right.
And then I couldn't sleep in my own room for about a year. I slept on my dad's floor.
No.
Yeah, I had like a little futon I rolled out. And he did not like that.
Nice. Like, what have I done?
But after I got over that, I was like, okay, no, nothing could be worse than that. It's fine.
Right.
And nothing has been, really.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite horror franchise now?
Oh my gosh. Do I have a favorite horror? It's so hard to choose because I watch them all,
Yeah.
right? Like, well, I guess I don't watch them all, but I try to watch as many as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love the classics, right? Like, I do love me a Nightmare on Elm Street moment.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty as charged. I do love Scream. I think it's a delight and a treat. And I love the Chucky movies. So, like, those are probably my top 3,
Okay.
like, horror franchises that I, like, really enjoy.
Classics.
Yeah.
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 I want to say that I am right on this line of loving horror nights, and I love October, and I love the events, and I want to go, and I want to get scared, and it's fun, and I like dressing up, and my friends make fun of me sometimes because I'm like, I just want to dress up and smell the fall smells and the fog machines.
Yeah.
So, like, just really breathe in that toxic fog air.
Beautiful nostalgic toxin.
But I am such a scaredy cat, and I'm so scared of the dark. Have you gone to Knott's Scary Farm this year?
Yeah, I just went last week.
Did you do the Blackout Zoo dark maze?
We did, but it wasn't blacked out when we went in. So I think they only black it out like on certain times of the night, and when we went through, it wasn't blacked out.
And I happened to get real lucky then, I guess.
You got lucky.
They gave us flashlights, and I didn't really know what I was signing up for. And it was the last maze that we did, and I'm so scared of the dark.
Oh, no.
And I forget sometimes how scared of the dark I am. So they gave us flashlights, and mine didn't work. I was like flipping it on and off, like, wait. And I like ran back to the lady. I was like, mine doesn't work. And she's like, you just have to point it at the ground and smack it a little bit. And I was like, no. You're going to give me a different one right now. Please give me a different one. I can't go through this without one. So that's funny. Is there a Halloween event that you look forward to every year?
I probably have to say, and this is like, I feel like a cop-out answer, but I love Halloween Horror Nights.
It's so good.
The production is just amazing, right? Like the sets are awesome, the actors are great. The only thing that is bad about it is the lines and the waiting, and that is like really the only problem that I have with it. But other than that, it's like probably my favorite event.
Yeah, it's good. I also really love it. I look forward to it every year as well. How much planning do you put into Halloween every year? Because this is your busiest month.
It is. I wish I could tell you that I planned more. A lot of this month, or like this year specifically, has been kind of just going by the seat of my pants because there's been a lot of other stuff going on outside of Halloween that I've tried to focus on. And unfortunately, I go to Wasteland Weekend every year, and that happens right before spooky season. So I'm gone for like 10 days in the desert. So it's really hard to plan for that and then Halloween.
Right.
In years past, I started planning in August when I, could sit down and plan stuff. I'd like to get back to that next year so I'm not as stressed out because I was really stressed out this year.
But it was wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I do the same thing every year. I'm like, next year I've got this.
And then it comes around and you're like, oh, it's September and I have no idea what I'm making. Cool.
Yep. Yes, so true.
I feel. But I have a couple of really big Halloween projects that I want to do that have been like on my list for a really, really long time. So I want to get them done next year. So hopefully I will actually learn my lesson and actually plan properly.
I believe in us. We got this.
We got it. We can do it.
You know what? Let's start planning now.
Yes. Oh my God.
November.
It's kind of like Halloween Town in Nightmare Before Christmas. You have to start planning for Halloween the day after Halloween.
Right. Exactly. A full year. Really give it as much time as you can. And so we also just got to do the Baby No Money, not Halloween. It's really in my brain right now.
It felt like Halloween.
Right. It did. The Pokemon event, the 151 Pokemon event, and you were Ghastly and I was Haunter, so it's kind of the perfect segue, in my opinion. Yeah, it was really fun. Did you have a good time? I loved your costume.
Oh, thank you. I loved your costume. Oh, it was so much fun. I was not prepared for how overwhelming it was going to be.
It was so overwhelming.
It felt like a convention.
Yes.
Like there were so many people in so many good costumes, and I was just like, wait a minute. Are we at a con?
Yep.
Why am I overwhelmed?
Packed into
so many. It was probably, in a small space.
Yeah.
But it wasn't it wasn't roomy with all of those people in
Right,
it. Like, it was pretty big, but there was just so many people around. It was like,
it's almost like the horseshoe area at AX, where we're at a con, but we're all in this one specific spot, and we're all trying to get as much done as possible. And it's like lots of lights, sounds, everything going on at once. But did you have a fun time? Did you like it?
It was so fun. It was like really cool to be a part of like that whole giant crazy chaos that like Stella put together. Because like, bro, have you tried to wrangle 4 people? Try wrangling 151 people.
An insane feat,
bro. The fact that it happened, I was astonished. I was like, damn, you guys are committed. You guys know what you're doing, because like I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, did you see that Nick, the guy who was kind of putting it all together, replaced 40 people in 24 hours.
Oh,
that dropped out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He sent a couple of messages in the Discord that I saw that said, hey, if you are even debating dropping out, please let me know right now. And the day of, he sent another message I saw that said, if you don't think you're going to make it, please tell me right now. We've replaced 40 people in 24 hours, which is crazy.
That's insane that 40 people had enough gall to be like, I could make a Pokemon look happen in 24 hours.
Yeah.
There's
and
audacity
they did.
there. Yeah.
They did.
I mean, everyone looked good.
Everyone looked so good.
And I could not tell you a single person that I was like, you look like you made that in 24 hours.
Right.
Like, I could not point out a single person.
The only person I saw, and I actually didn't see them, but I was I saw it later on in the photos that I assumed did it last minute, was Lickitung. Did you see Lickitung?
With the t-shirt? I heard about Lickitung. I didn't see it.
I asked because I was confused. I was like, did anybody not show up at all? And Nick said one person didn't come, and it was Lickitung. So one of our staff went and got a white shirt and a Sharpie, wrote Lickitung on a shirt so that we would be complete and have everybody, which is so funny.
That's perfect.
I know.
That's perfect.
That's cosplay, baby. Crazy. What a crazy event. So you've said before on the internet that you've always been into nerdy things as long as you can remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first nerdy thing that you loved that was your gateway drug, if you will?
I would have to be Star Wars.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So along with making me watch horror movies too young, my dad would put Star Wars on because he also loved Star Wars. So, and I remember very distinctly, like, at my grandma's house waiting for my dad to come pick us up, watching Star Wars, just like all of them back to back to back. And just like that's such a core memory of my like childhood. So I've always loved Star Wars. And then, you know, like in my middle school years, I became obsessed with anime like so many of us.
Right.
You know, Sesshomaru was my man. And I will never forget him. I will love him forever. But yeah, I just got, you know, from there, comic books and, you know, the whole gateway of everything. And then games and then, you know.
Yeah, it all just dominoed after that.
Yeah, snowball.
So I watched a little bit of Dare and You's most recent podcast with Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy.
Yeah.
And I saw that you said that you really care about Vampirella as a character.
Yeah.
And also really liked cosplaying her. But was Vampirella your first comic book?
No, not at all. I think X-Men was my first comic book.
Oh, yeah?
It's hard to remember now because it's so long ago, but I'm pretty sure it was like the Phoenix arc of X-Men that was like my first comic book. But I mean, I do love Vampirella, and she'll always hold a special place in my heart. I definitely found her a little later in life. Not quite like, you know, now-ish, but like, you know, a little bit more age appropriate, like in my teen years.
Yeah.
Not as young as when I started X-Men.
Right. I'm curious, is there something that draws you to Vampirella type characters? For people who don't know a lot about Vampirella, can you describe her?
I mean, she's really. Am I allowed to?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
She's
totally.
a badass who is also not afraid of like being, perceived as sexual person, or not afraid to put what she's got on display, right? And I just think that that's so refreshing as like from a feminist point of view, that you don't have to hide your body to be taken seriously, and you can still be a badass if you want to show off the goods, right? And however you want to be as a woman is totally fine. And that's what I think the beauty of feminism is that you can be a little cute diva with a little sling bikini on, or you can be fully covered head to toe, and somebody should respect you either way, no matter what. And they should believe that you're capable of anything, no matter what.
Facts. Yeah. So that's an amazing way to put it.
Yeah.
I agree. It's so important. And I think that I think that's what cosplay is for a lot of us too, because I would say most of the girls, if not all the girls I know that do cosplay full time now, were weird nerds. I think we all were.
Yeah.
And found like sexuality in some of these characters that makes us feel powerful. And I think that that's so important to acknowledge.
Like, you don't have to be in like cheeks out little things, but you can be if you want.
Right.
And you can still be really cool and
Either
really
way.
capable. And like, it also, like, I think brings a little bit like of confidence out in people who, like, I wasn't very confident growing up, right?
Same.
I didn't like taking pictures until my mid-20s. Like,
Same.
there are very little pictures of me growing up. But once I started doing cosplay, I kind of came out of my shell because I was like, well, the character wouldn't hide.
Right.
So why should I?
Right.
And it helped build my self-confidence in me that I can now go outside as my aunt, dress, ridiculous.
Yeah.
And still be like, no, it's great. It's fine.
Yeah. And you almost get the muscle memory of doing so many of the shoots and feeling really powerful and posing very powerfully. And then when you need that in outside of cosplay in real life, you can sort of tap into it because now you know what it feels like. Yeah.
You trained yourself.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And it's awesome that you agree and so many people agree. I think that it's doing so many good things for everybody.
Yeah.
If you could only pick one, what would you keep? Anime, gaming, comics, sci-fi, or horror? I know.
Oh my god. I would have to say horror.
Yeah.
I imagine. I would have to.
What about fuck, marry, kill? Anime, gaming, comics, sci-fi, horror.
Okay. I'll have to double up on a couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm obviously gonna marry horror.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna fuck anime.
Fair. So fair.
And I would kill. That's hard.
It is, isn't it?
I would kill games because I'm really not very good at them. I like playing them, but I'm bad at them.
Okay.
So I'd be okay with that. And then I would double up on fucking comics.
Okay. Yeah. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. And sci-fi's in there
and
somewhere.
sci-fi. Well, I have to marry sci-fi because I also really love Alien, and that's like sci-fi horror, and I can't get rid of that, unfortunately.
Right. So you've been, speaking of video games, you've been playing games on Twitch. Do you have any standout games that you've loved that you've been playing?
Well, so I've been playing spooky season games because it's spooky season. And I have been playing, I've been trying to get the most jump scariest games that I can get. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they're the best games that I've ever played, but they're the most jump scariest, or at least the most jump scariest game, which is what I was looking for, was Mortician's Assistant. It's so scary.
Oh my god, that game scared the shit out of me. When Raven was on and I asked her what her favorite horror game was, that was also her favorite horror game.
It's really good, but it's really scary and so buggy.
It's terrifying because it's so buggy.
It's so buggy, you don't know if it's a bug.
Yes. Yes. And to me, the hiding and the waiting and the running is the worst part of horror games. Like, I want to be able to like square up with the guys.
You want to fight back.
And you can't fight back in those types of games. They scare me so bad.
You just have to deal with it.
You just have to deal with it. And especially the feeling of being trapped inside a house. So for those of you who haven't played, I think it's Mortuary Assistant.
Yeah.
Can you describe it?
Yeah. So basically, you head to your new job as a mortician, which you just got. And the guy who runs the place is like, I'm so sorry, but you are now going to be possessed by a demon. You are locked in there at night with no help. And he basically just leaves you a tape recorder and is just like, figure out how to not be possessed anymore. And then you have to like, it's basically like a oh my gosh, what's the word? You know, when you do a thing, when you're working when a game is like a game, like a work simulator. Gosh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like a job simulator game.
Yeah.
There we go. It's a job simulator game where you also have to embalm bodies.
Right.
But then you also have to survive demon possession.
Right.
And it's very jump scary. It's very, like, it's creepy as all get out. Like, especially if you have the, like, you can adjust the, like, scares. And I adjusted mine all the way up. Girl, I didn't think I was going to make it out alive.
Do you have a heart rate monitor when you stream?
No, you know, I usually wear my Apple Watch, but I don't have it, like, connected to anything. And I never look at the spikes. I should do that.
You should.
I should do that.
It's the only thing that I find to make scare. It's like, if I have a heart rate monitor on, at least everyone knows that I'm in pain. You know what I mean?
That's a good tip. I will steal that.
You should. There's an app called Pulsoid that you just download on your phone, and you can connect your device to it, and Pulsoid will go as a browser source to Twitch.
I'm gonna steal that.
You can totally steal that. Please steal it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think that would be really funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
You should. So yeah, in Mortuary Assistant too, I feel like so you're trapped in this building, and I kept trying to leave. I kept trying to be like, actually, what if I leave the building and get in my car and I leave this place? Can I do that? And I can't.
Nope.
You're locked inside this creepy cabin type thing, and yeah,
it's not ideal.
It's horrifying. I had to quit. I only played it one time, and I had to quit because my poor heart couldn't handle it.
Oh, no.
It was beating so hard that I could actually hear it.
Oh, poor baby. I'm so sorry.
What about any games that you played that you weren't a huge fan of? Like, what do you look for in a horror game?
I look for, at least this month, I look for jump scares because like I'm so reactive, and I think that my audience really gets a kick out of how jumpy I am. Like I love being scared, but I am horrifically like easy to frighten. Like me going through any maze is just like at any little thing, but I love it. Like I find true delight in it. So I was really looking for games that were going to elicit like, oh God, at all times. And the game that I found the most disappointing in that respect, not that it's a bad game overall, because I still enjoyed playing it, was Alien Rogue Incursion. Because I didn't want to hurt the aliens because I think they're so beautiful and I don't want to hurt them. And B, it wasn't as jump scary as I wanted it to be.
Gotcha.
So, but I didn't finish it, right? So like it might get worse. I only really made it through like the very first little like intro, because I take forever to play a game.
Yeah, same.
Girl, I don't know what's going on.
Same.
So I didn't really get that deep into it, but that has been this season the most disappointing in terms of lack of jump scares. But it's a really fun game, and the concept is cool. So I'm excited to finish it. I wanted more jump scares. Yeah.
Did you play Silent Hill?
I haven't played Silent Hill. I'm afraid of that game.
Yeah?
Not in like I won't play it ever. I know I'm going to be so bad at that game.
Oh,
And I'm afraid that I will get distracted too much by being scared to play it in any sort of efficiency.
Right. I had never played Silent Hill until this year when the remake, Silent Hill 2 remake came out. And I didn't realize this at the time, but they added 8 playable hours worth of content.
Oh.
So I was expecting to play it and be done in like a couple of streams.
Mhm.
And I was playing that game for months, bro. It haunted me in my dreams. I was convinced that I was never going to finish the game.
Oh,
In
no.
fact, and I'd boot up stream. I'd be like, I guess we're still playing Silent Hill 2.
Here we are again.
Here we go. Because I'm such a loot goblin. Like I want to see every
Same.
corner. I
Same.
want to make sure I have every item.
Mhm.
I don't want to miss anything.
Same.
So it took me forever, but it was fun. And I like that you can have multiple endings.
Ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll have to add that to my list.
Just know that it's the most commitment of any game I've ever
I'll
played.
know that going in.
Besides Mass Effect, I guess. Do you have a favorite video game ever?
Well, Skyrim probably. Yeah, I put so much work into that game over the years. It's like my comfort game. It's like my go-to. Like if I just want to get lost in a little sandbox for a little bit, you know. It's not particularly spooky. It's just cool. You know, and like I like to go around and collect everything. I want every single cheese wheel, you know, that game has. I want it in my inventory.
Right.
So
Do you start a new game every time?
No, normally I'll just keep playing the last load that because when I played on PC, I had like a bunch of mods, you know, because that's fun. But since I started playing it on my Switch, there's no mods like that. So I just kick it. I just hang out with my wife Ayla and my girlfriend. Gosh, what's her name? The vampire girl. Oh my god, I'm a terrible person.
I'm terrible with names.
I can't remember her name, but I usually make her my girlfriend.
Ah.
my little side girl, you know.
Yeah. I've never played Skyrim. I feel like I would like it a lot.
Really?
But
You've never played?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I've heard that it's awesome, and I believe that it's awesome. I think I saw like the big open-endedness of it and got scared and never tried it.
It is very sandboxy. You can get lost in that game, but there is an end. Like you can follow the main storyline and it'll end. You don't have to go off of every side quest, but I do.
I do too.
I like to do them all.
I do too. I feel like it's not over. It's not done. And when I started The Witcher, I think I have like 300 or 400 hours in The Witcher 3, and I'm not done yet because I'm just
you gotta do everything.
Well, he wants something. Yeah. I don't know.
I understand.
The completionist.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. What about anime? Do you have a favorite anime of all time?
Ooh, of all time. I mean, it's probably Dragon Ball Z or Inuyasha. It's just like tied because you know I grew up on them.
Yeah,
classic.
I love Dragon Ball Z so much.
Oh my god, girl.
It was just there every Saturday morning, and there's something so comforting and nostalgic about it that I love so much.
Same, and like I love my little bad boy. Angry Prince, my little short king. Like he was my first anime crush ever.
Oh yeah.
So I'll never get over him.
I am gonna expose myself and say that I'm a Vegeta hater, and because the last episode with Nick, I went on a tangent about Vegeta, so I can't lie. I can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, me too, and lie to your face.
It's fair,
but I respect it. I get it. I get it, and I respect it.
I also respect you.
Okay,
I understand why you hate him because he is very hateable.
Okay. I just know someone's gonna call me out if I was like, oh yeah, totally.
But he's really hot though.
I get it. I'm a future Trunks. Sim.
I mean, yes, obviously.
Yeah, the
Both.
emo.
Yeah, with the hair.
The emo.
And the little coat.
Quiet. Yeah, trope
love his little jacket. Yeah. I love a little crop top on a man.
A little cunty bob.
Girl.
Yeah. And Android 18, I feel like they're both equal in my heart.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yes. It's the bisexual awakening right there, you know.
Yeah. Was it for you as well? It was for me, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That was it for me.
It's like, no, I there's something different about me.
Yes. Oh my God, same. Do I want to be with her or do I want to be her?
I don't know. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, yep. Android 18, a queen. Do you have a show or a game, perhaps in the horror genre, perhaps just in general, that you think is underrated and people should appreciate more?
Underrated.
Is there anything that you're like would recommend first if somebody asked you for recommendations?
Well, not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry.
No.
Oh.
I put you on the spot.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. No, it's okay. I played a game called Inscription that I love that I think is underrated and more people should play. It's a deck building card game, but the graphics are very Tim Burton-y. It's very like
cute.
horror-y, macabre, like scratchy looking. You're in a cabin, you're trying to escape, and you have to beat a guy in a card game. He's like faceless in the shadows with eyes, and it's very cool.
Okay.
That would be my answer.
I have to look into that one because I've never heard of it. Yeah,
I'll send it to you. We'll make a list. I'm going to send you Inscription. I'm going to send you the Pulseweed website.
Perfect. I love it. Give me all your resources.
Please. I will. I love sharing. If you had to choose 10 things to get to know you by, like a summoning circle, if you will, what would they be? It could be anime games, artifacts.
Okay. Well, it would be Skyrim.
Okay.
Would be in there. It would be a Scream mask.
Scream mask.
For sure. It would be an alien, like a xenomorph of some description, face hugger or something, whatever, something. Would have to be a Sesshomaru plushie.
What is that?
Sesshomaru from Inuyasha.
Oh,
yeah, his
okay,
brother.
Okay.
His
Gotcha.
very hot, very, very, very pretty brother.
Okay.
I want to say I'm not into records, but I'm into music. I just don't really listen to like records, but I would probably say like a Pretty Hate Machine record by 9 Inch Nails, because I love me some 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Tron movie? Not to interrupt you.
I have not seen the new Tron movie.
Music is all 9 Inch Nails. It's so good.
I know. I heard the soundtrack, but I haven't seen the movie. Because I heard that it wasn't very good.
I liked it. There was a lot about it that I liked a lot. There was one thing specifically that I didn't love about it, and it was unfortunately just Jared Leto.
Okay, I was going to say, I heard that nobody really liked him in it.
It was crazy because I'm no spoilers or anything, but he was kind of crushing it until he wasn't. Ugh. And then when he wasn't, it really wasn't. And it was taking me out of the movie. But the movie itself was good, and the visuals were awesome, and the music was really cool. I think it's worth watching.
I'll totally watch it, but I will wait until
with like horse blinders on.
I'll totally just watch it at home.
Yeah.
When it comes streaming.
I agree. Okay, I cut you off.
No, it's perfect. A sewing machine.
Probably. For sure.
A big giant pair of platforms, because I'm always trying to be taller than everybody.
How tall are you without shoes on?
I'm almost 5'8" without shoes on. So I wear like, a really unfortunately large pair of platforms everywhere I go.
Yeah. Usually
not quite this big. It's usually around like 3 or 4 inches.
Right. But that's enough.
I just liked being tall.
Yeah.
Gosh, what are my last three?
Last three. If I had to give you one, I would probably give you eyeliner.
Oh, yes.
Like a black liquid eyeliner.
A very winged, just a little cunty eyeliner. A pair of fishnets.
Yeah.
And
totally.
An all black wardrobe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that summarizes you from how I know you pretty well. If there is what would you say is something that people wouldn't expect to know about you?
Ooh, I have a very deep knowledge. Maybe you would expect this, but I think a lot of people don't clock it. I have a very deep knowledge of historical fashion.
Really?
Yeah, I can name the era of a painting within a decade of the painting just by looking at the clothes. And it's usually more than a decade, but it's a fun game that I play with some of my friends where I'm like, show me a picture that you find on the internet that's from anywhere in the world. It's like an oil painting from a time. And I will tell you what era it was from within a decade. Usually can get it within like 5 years, but I give myself a decade.
Wow. It's like elevated GeoGuessr.
Yeah. With a profession.
That's crazy. Is that from your college education or is that from your just interests?
It's a little bit of both. Like, obviously, when you go to fashion school, you have to learn about the history of fashion. But I came into fashion school with a desire to learn about the history of fashion because I started sewing, actually, so that I could make Victorian clothes for myself because I was really into the Victorian era as a young goth. And they just don't have those clothes, especially back then, right? You couldn't just go and buy, like, a Victorian goth ensemble.
Right.
Back in when I was young. Now you probably could, and God bless the children who are coming up now.
I know.
But we didn't have that, so we had to make it. And that's why I learned how to sew.
Gotcha.
So I just, picked up it all along the way. And then when I studied it, then I learned more. And now I just have this like really weird
that's so
work that I can do.
Cool though. It's a cool fact. If you have to go around the room and say one fact about yourself, it's a pretty cool fact.
Thanks.
Do you watch then TV shows like historical dramas and you're like, that's not right.
Yep,
that's
all the time.
Not right.
Literally
really?
all the time. Yeah, ask Reagan. She'll tell you. She's watched some of these movies with me and I'm like, well, that seam line is not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be over here and it's supposed to be curved like this and it should the poof of the sleeve is all wrong. That's modern. She'll just be like,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny because as cosplayers, we have so many different skills, right? That when we watch makeup, hair, wigs, costumes, when we watch stuff, I feel like it's a universal experience, at least a little bit, where we're like, I feel like that person's eyelash is glued on a little weird, or that wig line is a little weird.
And things, right? The little details that they would expect people not notice. We're like, well, we're so detail orientated. Like, I know that your lace isn't very well laid.
Yes, yes.
And I'm like, you're in a movie. Why is Daenerys or in a like high production? Why is Daenerys's lace obvious?
Yeah. Yeah. You have a crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that that's not just me.
No, it's me too.
I know. And it's funny. Have you ever watched movies or shows with photographers, videographers who are like, that lighting's all wrong?
Yeah.
I feel like that happens.
Yep.
As well.
It does. A couple of my photographer friends, if we sit down or even if we're like at a show, right? Like a live show and they're just sitting there being like, this lighting is terrible. Why would they do this? Why would they ever do this like this? And I'm like,
right.
Yeah,
sure.
I agree that you feel that way because I have no knowledge of what you're saying.
Right.
But yes,
right.
I am so sorry that they did this to you.
So funny. Yeah. Oh wow. Is there any movie or TV show that you remember like absolutely nailing it?
Gosh, so Crimson Peak. The costuming
really?
is perfect. Perfect is exactly in the correct era when it's supposed to be, in the era that it's supposed to be mimicking, like being stuck in time. Because like the Sharp siblings, they're supposed to be like a little dated because they ran out of money in the 1870s, but they're in the 1890s now, and their clothes still look like the 1870s, and they're perfect for that era. And they're aged perfectly. They're all well worn, and they're beautiful. But then you have Edith, and she is like exactly what you would expect an it girl fashionista from the 1880s to look exactly like.
Really?
And all of her like fabrics and everything is perfect. It's perfect. That one is amazing. Unfortunately, Nosferatu was also amazing. I don't know why, unfortunately, but
I was gonna say why.
It was, well, because the Romantic era, I think, to modern eye is so disconcerting. Like it's a jarring style for us to like view as beautiful because it's not anything like what we expect like beauty standards to be. Like we don't dress with like a drop shoulder anymore, so it looks kind of strange, the proportions that they put into their clothing. We don't have that hairstyle anymore, that like really slicked back middle part with like weird braids sticking out, and like it's kind of an ugly era viewed from a modern like standard of beauty.
Okay.
And in that movie, they were not afraid to make their beautiful actresses look ugly.
Okay.
Because they kind of look a little weird.
Okay.
But they're still beautiful because they are beautiful, but they weren't afraid to make them look bad.
Okay.
And that's a big like thing that I always get bothered by in period pieces is when the actresses look like modern women who are beautiful for our beauty standards. And not, they are just beautiful women who look properly placed in an era. And that's what Nosferatu did really well. Because like Wuthering Heights, I don't know if you've seen anything about it. It's too modern. Like she looks like she's just stepped right out of the 2010 wedding catalog. And I'm like, girl, this is supposed to be in the same era as Nosferatu was in the 1830s, 40s. And she looks like a modern bride in Wuthering Heights and all of the like promo for it. And I'm like, this is how you do this wrong.
This is wrong.
Exactly.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch Nosferatu and I haven't because I
good.
heard it's really good.
It's really, really good. The costuming is perfect. It's going to look weird to you, especially the women. Like the men, they just always look like they're wearing suits, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know the lines that are meant to be there, it's just a suit, right? But the women, the dresses are strange too. Like the proportions are strange to us and the hairstyles are bizarre. They don't, like they're not flattering in the way that we find things flattering, which is what I love in a period piece. Is like, I love it when you're not afraid to make a girl look ugly.
Yeah, especially if it's true to that time period and you're doing it justice.
Exactly. Because like these women are beautiful. They're not going to look ugly.
Yeah.
It's just they're going to be styled in a way that's not meant for modern eyes or sensibilities.
We're not used to it.
Some people might perceive that as being ugly. Like,
Gotcha.
But it's not.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
I want to watch it even more now.
You should.
I will.
It's really good.
Oh, that's so cool.
Watch it on Halloween.
I will.
Watch it tonight.
Watch it right now. You know what? We don't need to finish. That's so cool. I am forever impressed by people who sew. If you look around, I forgot to put any sewing stuff on the walls here because usually my most used tools are for armor and foam and prop making and things like that. And sewing and I feel like I am so heavy-handed and sort of chaotic, and sewing is so tedious and everything needs to kind of be perfect and lots of planning.
It's
and
a little finicky.
Yeah, And I can't ever wrap my head around it. So people who have high skill stats in sewing, I am very impressed by.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I think it's one of the most undervalued parts of the cosplay community. And I think that's changing a lot now that there's been like several big wins in like the competition circuit where it was sewn garments that won over armor. Because I think finally judges are starting to realize just because something is big and really impressive looking doesn't mean more work went into it. Because like 3D printing, like a lot of people just find a file and print it, right? I have a lot of respect for people who model their own files, right? Like, and I have a lot of respect for people who 3D print anyway, because the finishing amount of like, I can't with all the dust, girl, I'm allergic to it. So like, I can't do it. But like, you know, a lot of people, there's so much like more resources out there. You could just buy a 3D print file and print it out and finish it and wear it to a con and your costume looks dope. But did you put more work into it than somebody who spent, 400 hours patterning every last detail, fitting it all, doing 100 hours worth of hand sewing on a trim that you barely even notice, right? So I do appreciate that it's starting to become a little bit more recognized in like the competition circuit, because I think a lot of people fail to remember that being a sewist is a lot of tediousness and it's a lot of work, and especially to learn all of that, it takes forever. Not to say that one is any better, but I do think that being a seamstress or a sewist took a big step back in the community for so long that it's nice to see it being recognized again. And I hope that everything gets to be recognized and properly appreciated for the beauty that it contributes to the community.
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you ever judge or compete in costume contests?
I have judged costume contests before. I don't like to compete because to me it's not about like who did something better or whatever. Like I have a lot of respect for people who are in the competition circuit. It doesn't bring me joy to compete. and like even if I win, I'm like, but what does that mean? You know, like I think that I did good enough, so I don't need somebody else to validate me.
Totally.
But I have judged costume contests before, and I totally would again. The only thing I don't love about judging costume contests is the amount of time it takes to do it properly. Like I can judge a costume contest, like a runway costume contest, no problem, right? You just walk up and down, you look great, yeah, you look okay, your performance was dope, right? Like that's a little different than like doing a full like prejudging of like the construction and everything. I don't love doing that simply because of the time.
Yeah,
but I'm happy to if I'm offered or if I am asked to do so at an event, but I don't usually seek it out.
yeah, I agree. I think participating and judging in contests takes up an entire Saturday, which is the biggest day of the show.
Exactly.
So I also don't like to compete because I want to be on the floor with my friends and taking pictures.
Hang out with the people that I came there with or to see if they're out of town.
Yeah.
And it just eats up so much time.
Yeah, exactly. So you've been sewing for a long time. Very, very good at it.
Oh, thank you.
If somebody is newer to cosplay, what tips would you give them if they were starting to sew to look out for?
I would make sure that you have a good sewing machine, number one. I personally don't like new brothers or singers because their internal parts are all plastic. And if they break, the whole machine breaks. And in other brands of sewing machines and older versions of those, it was all metal parts, so you could replace them. And so it was repairable, and it was an investment that you could keep with you for a longer time.
Gotcha.
So I would recommend either a Janome or a Bernina or a Viking to start with. And you can even get a lower like cost model. You don't have to go crazy, but invest in a good sewing machine because it will last you much longer than getting a cheaper one now. If you buy it nice, you don't have to buy it twice. And that counts for everything. And then I would recommend going to either like community colleges usually have these, or like community centers. Will a lot of the times have sewing classes that you can take. Like a lot of community colleges don't usually make you become a student to enroll in like lower like what do you call it?
Like the introductory courses?
Thank you. Yes, introductory courses. So you don't necessarily have to be a student and invest a ton of money. I do think that it's really helpful to have somebody sit there and show you physically what you're doing. If you can't do that, YouTube is great.
Yeah.
YouTube and TikTok, my gosh. The amount of people that have amazing tutorials, like you can learn everything you need to know from YouTube. It's just if you have questions, it's nice to have somebody there to answer. But especially if you're looking to like do something like really hyper specialized, then you're definitely going to want to seek out classes with a professional in those fields. But just for the starters, just do that. YouTube.
Yeah. Is there a fabric that you work with the most, or you would recommend, or is it completely different depending on what projects you're
using? It's usually
using?
Pretty different depending on what projects I do. A lot of the time I will just simply work with like a spandex or like a pleather, like a stretch pleather, just because it's the way the costume is going to look. But working with knit fabric and working with woven fabric are two completely different beasts, and a lot of the time if you're good with one, you're not good with the other. So I definitely recommend that if you have any interest in getting into cosplay, you're going to be working with both a lot. Get good at both because it's going to make your life so much easier later down the line if you know how to work with a knit and a woven and do both of them very well, because you're going to interchange a lot. I sometimes work with like 5 different types of fabric in a costume, right? Like you never, it's just dependent on what the design is. So.
Yeah, and there's so many skills involved with all of this stuff because each fabric kind of has its own stitch, right? Or at least what you're using it for. And how to finish it and iron the seams and all these things.
Or if you can't iron it.
Right.
Sometimes you don't know that. And then you go like, and you're like, oh no, I burned it.
Yeah. And dyeing it with specific dyes. If it's a synthetic or polyester fabric, you have to use poly dye. All of these different things to keep in mind. what is the thing that you would say people struggle with the most? Like, do you have people asking you for sewing help for something specific often, or something that you see people do wrong often?
Well, the biggest thing that I always see people doing wrong is not pressing their seams in between each stitch. That is my number one. If you're gonna make something, make sure you press your seams in between each seam, because not each stitch, but each seam, because I can always tell when you made something and you didn't press it, because the seams need to be laying flat in order for the garment to look professional, and most people just don't even know that they need to press their seams open. So you got to press your seams open every single time, especially if it's a woven. If it's a knit, not as much, because knits are temperamental with heat. Some knits that are really like stable and chunky, they can handle a light pressing in a low temp, but wovens, you gotta press.
When you say press a seam, just in case someone has no idea what that means, can you explain it a little bit?
Yeah. So pressing a seam is when you take your fabric that you've stitched, you've sewn it, right? It's already done. You take it over your iron board, and you press open the two seam, the flap of the seam. You spread it open. And then you put the iron down on top of it, and you leave it there for like 4 seconds.
Get it real hot
And steamy. And then you move it up the flap. And press it again. And then again and again and again and again until completion.
Are we talking about sewing still?
Yeah, we are.
I just know that's going to be a clip.
So pressing your seams open is very important to a fulfilling project.
Right. The way that I am fighting continuing going with it.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's perfect. The pressing of the seam is something that I know I need to be better about for sure. I tend to, because I know that I am not great at sewing and that I'm better at other things, what I tend to do is I will order base pieces off of Amazon and just modify them while I'm doing
the armor,
the rest.
The crazy big stuff. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Like, I give a fuck how. Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
You can. Yeah.
I give a fuck how people come by their costumes, right? As long as they had fun doing it,
right,
and they're not like lying in a competition. That's the only thing I care about. Like, if you didn't make the entire thing and then you go into a competition and you're like, I made it all, I'm like, that's where I have a problem. I don't care how the rest of it gets made, right?
Yeah.
Are you having fun? That's the important part.
Right.
It's just when people sew things and I'm like, you didn't press your seams. It's just something I notice.
Yeah.
I don't care if you don't care, but I want you to
But
look
if you
good.
want to improve, that's one way that you can improve.
I want you to look good. So I'm like, yeah, press your seams. I know I come off a little judgmental, but I'm not really there to judge.
Oh, I don't think that you're coming off judgmental.
I notice things and I'm like,
no.
Press them.
I think you just answered my question, you know? I wanted to know if somebody wanted to level up their cosplays, how could they do that? And that's one way to do that. Yeah. So thank you.
Little details.
Let's, if you could speed run me through how you got started in cosplay and how you got to where you are now, how would you describe that process?
Goodness. Speed run. I started sewing when I was about 12. I wanted to make historical fashions. I did that for a couple of years. I went to fashion school, and I got 2 certificates and then went to uni. In that time when I was at community college, because university is expensive and I wasn't going to do that for the 6 years it actually took me to get out of there.
Right.
Because the funding for schools was bad when I went to school. You know,
same
financial crisis.
Yep.
But so I was in community college when my friend, I was fresh out of high school, my best friend from high school was going to a convention, WonderCon actually, and she was like, do you want to come with me? And I was like, absolutely. And she was like, I'm gonna make a cute dress. And I was like, cool. She's like, I'm gonna make a marble one. And I was like, dope, I will make one with you. And then I was like, you know what, instead, what if I make like a costume? I don't, I've never done that before, but I could totally do that. And Avengers had just recently come out, or Thor had just recently come out. I can't remember which one. And I love Loki. I love me a bad boy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what if I make like a little Loki look? I think it might be cute, 'cause she was doing Marvel. And I was like, I'll just do a little Loki thing. I made the horns. I already had like a leather corset I had already made. I just used that. I made a loincloth. I made a fur. And then I went. And everyone was like, oh, I love your cosplay. I was like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I had to go home and Google it.
Right.
I Googled it. And I was like, this is for me. And I kept doing it.
Yeah.
And luckily in Southern California at the time, there was like a convention like every other weekend.
Yeah.
And I had a very bad problem of making a cosplay one time and wearing it one time.
Yep.
And making another costume the next time for the next con.
Yeah.
That was brand new.
Right.
So I never wore anything. So I made a bunch of costumes so quickly and just kept going to every single con. And that's how I got here, was I just kept doing it over and over and over again.
Never stopped.
And never stopped.
Same.
And now I don't make quite as many costumes, and I do rewear things because I am an adult and I'm tired.
Yeah.
But back then, that is how I got into it. And it was relentless and it was passionate, and it's still passionate, but it's a little bit more tempered. It's a little sanity. Back then, it was probably a little bit too overzealous. And
yeah, but it was new and exciting.
Exactly. And like, I still love it just as much as I did then. But gosh, I don't know how I had the energy.
I don't either. And do you see, like, now I see people's posts of their lineups for cons, and sometimes they're like, I have 2 costumes for Thursday, day 0, and 2 costumes for Friday, and 3 costumes for Saturday, and then 1 costume for Sunday in the morning, like really early, and then 1 at night. I'm like, what the hell?
I used to do that. Like, that used to be me. I would like, oh yeah, in the morning we'll do this, we'll change in the afternoon, and for the nighttime look, we'll do this.
Oh
and
my God.
I would do that at like all the cons.
Yeah.
And I was insane.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
It's hard.
You're gonna get me for like maybe 4 hours in a cosplay maximum, unless I'm feeling particularly feisty that day,
right?
Or it's like kind of comfy. I get really overstimulated now. Girl, autism. But I didn't notice back then. Nothing felt bad on my body back then.
Right.
So I just would be uncomfortable the entire time and be totally fine. Now I'm like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
My feet hurt.
Yeah.
I want to eat.
Yeah. Yep. All of those things.
Yep.
All of those things. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah,
thank you for sharing your story and all of your tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Where can everybody find you online if they don't know where to find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok as Ashlynne Dae. I'm on Twitter as Ashlynne_Dae because somebody has my name. You can find me on Twitch as Ashlynne Dae as well. Come join me for more spooky streams. I'll be doing them for the rest of the year, even though I won't be in Halloween costumes every time. And you can find me other places on the internet by looking up my name.
Yeah. And do you have anything exciting that you're looking forward to that we can plug?
Exciting that I'm looking forward to.
More streams. Lots of Twitch streams.
Yeah, more streams. Weekly, every day, every Wednesday. Not every day. Every Wednesday.
I messed you up.
Usually around 6 is when I stream. So if you want to come hang out with me, it would be really fun. We play spooky games. We're probably going to do some cozy spooky games as the winter rolls around. So yeah.
Yeah, any cons or anything?
No cons lined up for the rest of the year, which is great.
Yeah, a little break.
Yeah, I haven't had a break in a while, so.
Good. Neither have I. I feel like we all deserve one.
I think we do.
It's time.
Yeah, I'm ready for some sleep.
Rest November, I'd like to say. Okay, so what would you say, your least and favorite part of cosplay in general?
My least and favorite. Okay.